Hey, what's up, guys? It's Scar here with Hakuho after a 1-2 or 0-2 very, very close series. Probably the closest 0-2 we've had so far this entire split. Um, I have to immediately jump into draft and ask you, what was that crazy flex pick draft that you guys had game one? So when I first saw the first game, I had like the draft. I had a lot of questions about it, but can you walk me through it because I'm really, really confused why certain champions went where, especially why Trundle went support instead of top lane, and why Karma ended up going mid lane in that situation.
Okay, so we already had Rise at that point, so Rise is going to go to a solo lane no matter what. And then we just took Karma to also flex. And it came down to I wanted Trundle like somewhere. I didn't care where he went. I just wanted him in the comp because he's really good. And like for poke comps, you can peel the tank. The tanks can't dive in or else they just die. But Ninja wanted to play mid Karma, so we just put Trundle bottom since Rise had to go to a solo lane.
Okay, so the reason why I was really confused is like when I saw the draft, usually when I see Immortals draft is they're kind of really greedy with their draft sometimes. Like Hoodie would just pick counter matchups or pick blind picks where it's not very good. So he early picked Aurelia, and Trundle Aurelia is a matchup I know Trundle smashes, right? Yeah. And then Rise Victor is a matchup that's like, maybe Victor favorite in lane, but Rise can farm it out, it's okay. And then they also have the Kate Nami bot lane, which double range, to be able to match double range Kate Nami, you probably need like a range support. Yeah. So I think you had priority picks on 3 lanes, and I thought you guys won draft instantly. But when I saw the Trundle go bot lane, the lane shifted to where bot lane matchup lost, so I think you had the lane swap. And then the top lane matchup was like maybe, I thought it was like even. And then the mid lane matchup was your like even / favorable matchup. So would you say that all changed just because your mid laner wanted to play Karma mid?
No, like we had like the swap in mind, just picking Ezreal. We knew we can swap and then Ezreal can have time to get his spikes. And that's why we wanted to go through it. That's why I was like, I'll go Trundle bottom. It's fine. We'll just call the swap. And then it's basically a mind game. If we get it, then it's good for us. If not, then we just have to accept it. And we'll just sit back and drop a few CS, but still lane fine.
Okay. So you're like the last remaining Trundle support player in the world, almost. Is that champion good in the support? Did you just want it for the flex pick? Like, what was your thoughts playing it 2 games in a row?
I didn't play the second game, but I think Trundle is a really good support still. The utility he gives with Pillar is like always good, and the ulti is still the same no matter what. You just can't have the split push pressure of top lane Trundle. But as support, you offer a lot of utility for your team, and especially for poke comps, the slow on Pillar, since you're maxing it first, gets so strong early.
The game one kind of went into a situation where you guys just ARAM mid. Like both teams just essentially ended up ARAMing mid. And when I looked at your team comp, I thought that there's no way you guys could actually ARAM because you were playing against Nidalee poke, and you don't have like Karma Ezreal. And then you kind of wanted them to run into you so that you could chase them down the lane with Trundle. So the first team fight that you guys lost was inside their first tier 1, and then the team fights you won were near your towers. Did you kind of recognize your win condition as the game progressed? Like, how were comms going? Like, what were you doing to identify like how you needed to win the game?
Yeah, like with a poke comp, you actually want a group early. It's just versus Victor, it's really hard. So a lot of times we would try and bait him to come up and clear the wave, and then we'd go for poke then. And if we catch him, we can kill him. But a lot of the time we would go up, he would clear the wave, and then we get Nami bubbled or something, and then we'd lose the fight. But afterwards, after the turrets went down, it's a lot easier because you have more room to move around. And like the poke comp, you can rotate wherever you want. And essentially just we started controlling our movement better after the early issues.
How do you see Immortals as a team right now? Obviously, the games are really, really close. You guys came so close to pulling out a win or 2, or even 2 wins straight. When you came in, you're playing against Immortals. This is like one undefeated team in North America. You guys are also undefeated, but maybe haven't had as hard matchups. Did you guys know that this was going to be like a really tough best of 3 for you guys, or what did you guys expect going in?
We knew it would be tough. We're a new team going to a team that's been playing together for about a year, I'd say. And like the experience and coordination they have already is usually an advantage. I didn't really feel it in game, but like I think like our map movements were fine. Just our team fighting had some issues, which like better coordination, like Immortals, lets them get ahead in team fights.
Going into the second game, it was super close, back and forth. You guys were able to. It was essentially came down to the wire. At the very, very end, you guys almost nexus them, but it kind of maybe split calling. Was that kind of an example of the coordination that you guys tend to lack because you're a new team?
I'd say the ending to that game was due to miscommunication. Like, we knew Lissandra was a really big threat, but she got to like come from the side, insta kill me, and lock down the AD, and then we just lost because Jinx late game she got to shoot around for free, and then we just too long respawn timers. So I think like over time it'll get better.
And very last quick thing about that game too. I noticed that you guys early picked Trundle before you saw their top lane, and they ended up picking an AP top laner, Lissandra. Is that something you expected who need to play? Because he's notorious for picking like a lot of Aurelia, a lot of physical damage carries. Is that something that you came in knowing that was a possibility?
We came in like knowing Trundle could be risky, but it's like so a flex at that point, so it's not that bad. If the top lane match was really bad, we'll just pick something else for top lane, or we'll go for swap. But we weren't like too scared of what they could draft.
After the O2 loss, how is your team taking it? Like, I feel like you guys looked really, really good today. Like, I actually was very impressed watching you guys. Like, you're a new team, you come up and you guys are matching the Immortals almost blow for blow. Are you guys like disheartened? Are you guys actually happy? You guys know that you guys are as good or almost as good as them? Like, what are the thoughts generally like immediately after the game?
We were all upset about the loss, but we know we're a new team coming in, and we'll improve as it goes on. Basically, we're just getting ready. We're hoping to show up in playoffs.
And you have one more game tomorrow, correct? Who exactly do you guys play?
We play CLG.
What are your thoughts going into there? I have to ask.
We're pretty confident in versing CLG compared, like, based on the games today versus Immortals.
I don't want to ask you any more specific stuff. So, do you have any final words, any final remarks for your fans?
Thanks to all the fans who support me and Team Envy. Follow my Twitter. I post a lot of cute anime girls, so I got that.
Well, you heard the man, dude. He's got that. It's Scarra here from theScore eSports. You can find more content online or on a mobile app. Hope you guys have a nice day.